Hey everyone, welcome back to Film Zone. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and also leave a like on the video. Now let's get started. Dr. Sandra Lee. In 2010, Lee began uploading videos to YouTube but did not begin to heavily post content until 2015, after noticing the popularity of her Instagram videos of skin extractions. In exchange for written client permission to record and post content, Lee offers patients discounted or free treatment. In late 2019, the decision to make future content subscription-based drew criticism. She explained that it was caused by YouTube having blocked advertising in the channel's videos that usually featured unsightly material, and thus the channel needing another source of funding. In 2017, Lee launched her own line of skincare products, SLMD skincare products. The products included acne cleanser and lotion clarifying treatment with retinol and daily moisturizers. Prior to this, Lee also sold come down extractors and other merchandise branded with her channel's name. Back lipoma. Sandra Lee showed fans what it's like to remove a large fat-filled growth from a patient's back. In the video, Lee removed a woman's lipoma, a type of growth that sits between a person's muscle layer and skin layer. Typically, lipomas grow slowly and are fairly small, about 2 inches in diameter according to the Mayo Clinic. But this woman's lipoma was on the larger side, and Lee even referred to it as her big lipoma friend. To remove the lipoma, Dr. Pimple Popper numbed the patient's back area where the growth was located. Then she created a 5-inch incision which immediately revealed the fat inside the growth and continued to cut out the fat to detach it from the inside the woman's body. Lee described the growth as slippery after she plunged her fingers into the incision in an attempt to pull the fat out. She removed half of the fatty mass, which resembled raw chicken, with just her hands. To do so, she used a combination of her hands and scissors. She could get the majority of the fat to the surface of the woman's skin with one big squeeze and likened the maneuver to giving birth to a baby. The Epidermoid cyst. Dr. Sandra Lee, a dermatologist better known as Dr. Pimple Popper, shared what she called one of her favorite treatment videos of all time, in which she drained a patient's orange-sized back cyst. The patient had an epidermoid cyst, a type of cyst that occurs when skin cells burrow and multiply underneath the skin, according to the Mayo Clinic. Usually epidermoid cysts grow slowly and aren't painful. In this case, the cyst had become inflamed and purple because it burst underneath the skin. Though the cyst isn't technically infected, Lee said she refers to ruptured cyst this way because it's the easiest way to explain to patients what's happened. To treat the inflamed cyst, Lee first had the patient use a warm compress on the area for 2 days to calm the irritation. Then in her office, Lee injected a numbing solution into the back cyst. She used a small blade to poke at the cyst, and liquidy pus and blood drained out of its center like a waterfall. Lee used her finger to press above the incision she made, and even more pus and blood drained out of the growth. As pus drained out for 5 more minutes, the cyst swelling began to go down. Lee said the treatment method helps remove pain and inflammation almost immediately, and that antibiotics aren't needed after the cyst is drained. Lee then went ahead to create a few more small incisions so more pockets of pus could drain out of the growth, and her assistant gently kneaded the area with her fingers to coax the liquid out. Lee then proceeded to put a small strip of gauze in the opening of the incision she made to collect excess fluid. If left in place, excess fluid can lead to an infection, she said. She told the patient to come back in a few days to check on the incision and that she should start to feel less pain and discomfort as the cyst inflammation went down. Tiny pearls. Dr. Pimple Popper recently treated a patient with 6 small cysts on her rib cage and back that contained tiny pearls, which she showed viewers under a microscope after she extracted them. The YouTube video featured the dermatologist Dr. Pimple Popper squeezing eruptive vellus hair cells, a rare skin condition that causes 1 to 4 millimeter wide dome-shaped bumps. The bumps happen on the chest or arms and form when vellus hair, or the short and fine hair on the upper body, clogs a pore and leads to a buildup in the area. This type of cyst isn't painful, but Dr. Pimple Popper's patient said the cyst felt itchy on her skin and led her to scratch constantly, so she wanted them treated. To do that, Lee first injected a numbing solution near each cyst, then she used a small blade in her fingers to pull tiny pearls out of the cyst. These pearls are the buildup that make eruptive vellus hair cysts inflamed and stick out from the skin. After creating a small incision at the top of each cyst, Lee was able to use her fingers to squeeze both edges, and the pearls seamlessly popped out of the patient's skin. Some of the cysts contain multiple pearls. That's all we have for today's video, guys. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you all next time.